Yeah, look, ironic kitna hai, you know, we learn so many things. I want to do this so that I get away from this, and then I'm going to become this. So many skills and so many things I learn. And when the transformation came, when he was like, I've tried everything I know. I've tried all 1 terabyte of footage and everything, and I'm constantly being like, thoda sa relax, like giving him inputs and stuff. But वो नहीं समझ आते उस टाइम पे, ठीक है, तो नहीं आ रहा. And then finally, when he just gave up, I don't want to talk to anybody, and he just goes to sit. Like this was the time when you were. I think I was sitting in the car and you were standing outside and you were just looking another way and just chilling and just being like, fuck it, and then just start singing. I was just eating my naturally.
Dog at 24/7.
Yeah, just start singing, given up on everything, and everyone was like, what is this? Come here, we want this here. और उससे पहले कभी सोचा नहीं, मैं मेरे को ले लो. What's up, boys? Welcome. We got Kavish out here, 2 Rupees Gang president with us. Kavish has been a part of Iron Man lifestyle for a long time, and now he happens to be one of my closest friends as well. So Kavish has taken a boot camp, the online mentorship, and the Thailand immersion that happened last year as well.
Yeah.
So finally we want to see Kavish's experience कि वो ऐसे 2 Rupees Gang अपना लेके हमारे पास क्यों आए हैं और उनके क्या फायदे हुए हैं, and why is it that Kavish is still sticking with us? ऐसा क्या है? Because every time you see these videos, they're supposed to be fake. They're supposed to be, this doesn't work out here and this doesn't work for this kind of people, that doesn't work for that kind of people. अरे तो ये क्या scam है? Scam क्या है इसमें? आज हम सारा पता लगाएंगे. Iron Man lifestyle boot camps and Iron Man lifestyle coaching, how much big of a scam that is, तह तक जाएंगे उसकी. We'll go to the end of it. Alright. So Kavish, what's up bro? Tell me your story bro. How's it going? अभी तेरा कैसा चल रहा है और पहले कैसा था कि पहले मैं ऐसा था अब मैं ऐसा हो गया हूँ अब मैं ऐसा था. Just like in brief and then we'll go deep with it.
ठीक है, I'll start with my story.
नहीं बस ये बता अभी कैसा? How's your dating life now?
Right now, my dating life is pretty fucking awesome, man. I can use the F.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking good.
Awesome.
I mean, I have an awesome dating life. I have the confidence that I can go out and meet new people, make new friends, build new relationships from scratch.
That's amazing.
That's something I could never do in my life. Now, this is me right now. I'm like super confident even when speaking on camera. Back then when I was in school, I used to be the dude who used to sit in the corner of the class and whose best friends used to be his pet dog, Archie. Rest in peace. And yeah, honestly, I never used to hang out with anyone. I was a big nerd. I was always into computer games.
Right. So you were antisocial when you were in school and science kid?
No, I was a commerce kid.
Commerce kid. So where in your class would you sit? Like first bench, last bench?
No, I would sit as far away from people as possible. Not because I had anything against people. It's just I didn't know how to speak to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Second thing, I have hearing loss.
Oh yeah.
Which leads to me not being confident in social situations at that time.
Yeah.
It just removed me. I couldn't connect with people.
So it's partial hearing loss, right?
Partial hearing loss, which over time I've realized is just a mindset issue more than anything else.
Yeah, because
people don't care about.
Because when we were out, when we were gaming, and when we were like meeting people, जब Thailand में थे हम या कहीं भी boot camp वगैरह पे, things have been pretty fucking awesome for that. Exactly. And now Kavish has been stamped.
ये जबरदस्ती मेरे पे लगाया गया है Iron Man का stamp.
तुम stamp हो चुके हो. So ठीक है. So now why was it that you were antisocial? Like in school, like what were the things that you would believe at that time that this is why my dating life isn't good and this is why I can't meet people? Like what was the thing out there? Some mindsets I want to break down.
Honestly, I think I was bullied as a child.
Okay.
One is that. And not in school only itself. Mm-hmm. So for some reason that kind of solidified into a mindset that books don't talk back, books can't talk trash about you. So that's probably where my attention drifted. Computer games are naturally an escape into another world.
Yeah. Plus in computer games you can be whoever the fuck you want to be and you can bully other people. Precisely. Escaping from reality.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and then of course, like, I mean, you had some complications at birth as well, but we won't get deep into that.
Right, those are traumas as well.
Those are new, I mean, some birth level, what do you call, traumas which is why like Kavish has hearing loss, partial hearing loss and
I think the main thing is not having good models. The main reason people are very good in social situations is from a very young age, they've kind of just been social and they've been extroverted, they've spoken to many people and they kind of have a model about how to communicate with people and how to express themselves.
Right.
Probably my first interaction I had in life was very closed off. So that kind of solidified later in life into me being a very introverted person.
Right.
All throughout high
So
school.
closed off, you're referring to like how you were in the nursery for a month almost.
When I was
Born.
born.
That's what you mean, your social interaction first one, or it was
So
closed off?
starting from there, probably
Starting from
even
there,
from
alright.
preschool, some traumas must have happened there, and
Alright,
whatever the causal link is.
Got it.
The
So,
main point is that I broke through it, which
ठीक
is
है,
always
ठीक है.
more important.
Of course, perfect. No, because I wanted to go deeper into it thoda bahut, because like anybody who's watching it,
Yeah.
unko, I mean everyone has their own special thing, right? Everyone feels कि मेरा ये चीज इतना special है,
Yeah.
right? But then coming from a point जहाँ, I mean you had partial hearing loss, school में you were a complete nerd, which is nothing bad, but that hampered your social life completely. And a reason why you became a nerd was because you couldn't talk to people, you couldn't hang out with people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And did you have friends in school?
I will tell you, there is only one friend I had in high school who I'm still friends with right now.
ठीक है. So did he have more friends or only he was like the boss of you? Like that.
just two of us. We used to chill together.
सही है.
सही
डूबते
पकड़ा.
को तिनके का सहारा ब्रो, बहुत सही.
हाँ.
ठीक है. And then now fast forward now where Kavish, you know, you can see how Kavish is right now. You can see how like he's pimping it, and Kavish also comes from an all-boys school, which happens to be the same school that we were in.
Yeah.
And Kavish was like, I think 3-4 batches junior to me around that time.
Yeah.
3-4 batches. I didn't know him then, and then later on, so I could relate to someone coming from an all-boys school where you don't have any girls, you have no one to talk to, and I mean you have enough people to talk to, but then you don't have any girls out there, so you're anyway gonna suffer with women.
Exactly.
So, ek to like give me the difference between like you not being able to communicate with just boys in general and men, and versus women.
So in school, I think one thing we learnt is when you communicate with boys, the way we bond in our school basically is give as many galis as possible to each other. And
Hindi
talk,
mein,
Hindi mein, like
Bakchodi
maa behan
karti
ki
hai.
puri, and like the way we
Bhar
like
ke
talk
man, sure.
really rudely to each other. Like
Yeah.
we are in a boys' school,
Yeah.
like we don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
Literally एक दूसरे के साथ पूरा गाली गलौज करते हैं.
मेरा
And
morning ही वैसे start होता था bro.
Exactly, like this dude was like pretty famous in school for getting into fights. I used to avoid them as much as
Yeah,
possible, but
yeah.
I still used to like abuse everyone. That's the way we were taught in school.
Yeah.
Now, going into college a little further, I thought that's just how people communicate.
कविश को बंदी मिल रही है. अरे बहनचोद कहाँ थी तू?
No, like yeah, ये actually हुआ है. ठीक है, मैं बकवास नहीं कर रहा. like यार बहनचोद है, कितने गंदे छोले भटूरे मिल रहे हैं बाहर.
कितने गंदे चलो.
That's how we spoke to each other in school,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Either that or you're like just a pussy in front of the teachers who are not your equals, by the way, in school.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not supposed to be. You're supposed to be very polite to them. So
Teachers.
that's the only two modes, you know. Either very rude, very polite. बीच का नहीं सिखाया मेरे को.
कि जहाँ तुम अपना
पहले
value
13 साल.
maintain करो and वहाँ पे भी you can communicate to someone.
Yeah, the most subtle, good
Yeah,
way
yeah.
of communicating वो नहीं सिखाया.
ठीक है, perfect. I get it. ठीक है, तो वो mode था, and then after that स्कूल से निकले, कॉलेज में परेशानियां हुई. Do you have like what's your most embarrassing story?
In college,
नहीं, just generally with women. Like give me your most embarrassing story with women.
most embarrassing, I would say up and
Like pre-game it would be mostly, na?
yeah, honestly, I'm having a hard time with this because I have no experience with women post college. And like
No,
pre-college.
even like I'm not pre-game.
Okay, so
Which you were like, हाँ यार, I gotta do some shit thing about this यार. कोई बंदी तूने approach
मेरे पास
करी,
एक-
या some girl you had a crush
Oh
on.
yeah, got it. ठीक है, cringe worthy really.
Cringe-worthy we want.
So I was in 9th grade, and there was this like girl. We lived close by,
Right.
and she'd come. She's a good friend of my cousins, and she'd come over, and she's like relatively pretty. So I'm in 10th grade at the time. ठीक है. So she and like they both are like chilling together in the room. So I come in, and my cousin introduces me like he's Kavish,
Right.
and I look at her and I'm like, hello. And no, I'm like, hello, how are you? She's like, hi. Yeah, I know. Nice to meet you. So that's what I did. I was like, you know, ऐसे करने का. That's how you impress women.
सही है.
So I remember like messaging her on Facebook, like,
हाँ.
you know, I bought a new mobile phone
अच्छा, in class 9,
in class 11.
class 11, फिर what was your response?
I like a Nokia 8800. I remember you talking trash about my mobile phone. I got a new one. उसका reply नहीं आया.
Fuck यार. She wasn't impressed by mobile phone, bro. And here it turned out that you gotta have expensive phones and cars and watches and shit.
No, man.
And yeah, just a background. Kavish has enough decent, like he's decent, well off. And did that help you out with your dating life ever?
Absolutely not. बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
Like so Kavish lives in one of the one of the posh localities in Delhi. He's got enough money. He's well off. He hasn't had any problem with that. But जब social life की बात आती है, so all ये जो भी लोग सोच रहे हैं that money and everything you need, and once you तुम्हारी job लग जाएगी, या if you get like a lot of money, suddenly women are gonna come to you. वो नहीं होता है. Alright, you will still have to learn game. You will still have to know how to talk to people and communicate. Of course, that will be helpful if you have money. Like भूखे तो मत ही मरो भाई, थोड़ा तो पैसा होना चाहिए, कहीं बाहर जा रहे हो, कुछ कर रहे हो, generally for your life, but that is not gonna mean कि भाई तुम्हें बंदियां मिल रही हैं.
It's funny how people use money as an excuse in their social life, when actually I was always brought up with the mindset, being like from a kind of family I am, and whatever I picked up, it's not, no one deliberately taught me all these, but these behaviors I saw that, you know, these people are beneath us, people who I was related with used to talk like that, and naturally those mindsets came into me, which led to me being such a douchebag, because I was never able to be like real with people, because somehow I felt I'm above them, even though that's no such thing. That mindset got into itself in the first boot camp.
Right. ठीक है. So yeah, perfect. So and then naturally let's move into the boot camp then. All right.
Perfect.
So your boot camp happened. Like, tell me a boot camp story. Like,
so
what made you join?
Yeah,
what made you join?
First, right?
How we met first.
So I'd been gaming for like 1 or 2 years with other coaches. I had experience, and I was like diligently working, because I had at that point realized that I'm going to die alone.
Yeah.
If I don't do something about my social skills, they are so bad that literally I repel people in general.
Right.
So you know I need to do something about that.
100%.
तो मैंने सोचा कि ठीक है, and so I took a boot camp from other coaches.
Right.
Not super helpful, I'll be very honest. Most of the results I got from then in my dating life, I managed to get a girlfriend, and you know I was very happy with her.
Yeah.
Whatever I got, it was because I was so diligent about it that every day I used to go out for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever I used to do. I used to go out talking to random people. That was literally what I would do, because I wanted to get this fixed.
Right. ठीक है.
I knew that, you know, I would like be really, really sad in life if I did not know how to connect with people properly and develop this.
Right. ठीक है. So उसके बाद फिर जब तू मेरे साथ बूट कैंप पे आया था, then how was that? So you realize that अगर तूने कुछ नहीं करा इसके बारे में.
So why I decided to take a boot camp with Kshitij. So the first time I met Kshitij, so me and a couple of friends, we got together and we pooled, and we had like this party pad in this place called Sukhdev Vihar.
Yeah. Somewhere in Delhi.
We called it Fuckdev Vihar. We thought at the time that it would be a really, really cool name to have. And you know, we had one rule. This place is only for us and our girlfriend. No one else is allowed.
2-3 people there.
One of our friends, after his first boot camp with Kshitij,
final night
of the boot camp, he decided to get 8 people in. And not only that, he decided to like literally jump over the colony gate, and you know, guard को बोल दिया क्या हाल है भैया.
वो मेरा था. The thing was, like, it was 4 a.m. in the morning, all right. So it was 4 a.m. in the morning. We were coming. There was one gate, all right, band. We go to the next gate, closed. We go to the next gate, closed. I was like, I'm done. I am not walking more. We were walking, all right. I'm not walking more. So I was like, I fucking jump the gate. We jumped the gate. Guard वहाँ पे था, मैं क्या हाल है भैया.
Guard को क्या हाल है भैया करके सब घर पे जा रहे हैं. They all having a good party there. Guard ने पुलिस को बुला.
Debriefing, partying, chilling.
What had happened is उधर ये डकैती हुई थी उस एरिया में.
एक हफ्ता पहले.
एक हफ्ता पहले गार्ड को मुक्का मार के चले गया. इस बार उन्होंने पुलिस बुला ली.
अब क्या गार्ड कहता अपनी पिटरा में.
So all these guys are doing the debrief shit. Like हाँ bro तेरा ये सॉर्ट करना है. पुलिस ठक अच्छा.
पुलिस ठक कहता चलो पुलिस थाने तुम लोग वहाँ से आए.
अच्छा पार्टी चल रही है.
Yeah, and you know the thing was that police आई वहाँ पे. My brother was there and they're like चलो थाने, and we didn't even resist because I looked at my brother. My brother was like चले, मैं कहा चलते हैं घूम के आते हैं बहुत दिन हो गए. So we were like चलो ठीक है हम गए. अब उधर we're in the police van, all right, और हम पीछे बैठे हैं. मैं वहाँ भी debrief कर रहा हूँ. मैं कहा सुनो मेरी बात. वहाँ जो बाकी वो थे, जो हमारे दोस्त थे बाकी, they're like, अरे यार क्या होने वाला है यार, अरे यार पुलिस स्टेशन जा रहे हैं. मैं कहा क्या होगा भाई, हम अपने घर में बैठे हैं, like what क्या मैक्सिमम क्या हो जाएगा. तो मैं वहाँ पे मैं कहा सुनो मेरी बात, debrief करते हैं, थोड़ी देर पुलिस स्टेशन बैठेंगे, सो जाएंगे, चिल करेंगे, घर चले जाएंगे, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, ठीक है.
हाँ, so I got a call at 4 AM.
Because वो कविश के नाम पे.
Now I'm at this point I'm injured, ठीक है, मैं literally ऐसे कास्ट पहना हुआ है. का फोन आता है कि ब्रो प्लीज आ जा ब्रो, लाइक वी इन द पुलिस स्टेशन ब्रो, तेरा नाम है रेंट डीड में. एक तो आई मेड दिस मिस्टेक, मेरा नाम
इसका नाम था रेंट
एग्रीमेंट. मैं गया ऐसे कास्ट में गाड़ी एक हाथ से चला के उधर क्या एक बंदा मुर्गा बना हुआ है, और ब्रदर्स डांसिंग. उधर हमारा एक और दोस्त है, वो बेड पे लेटा हुआ.
नोट, we're dancing in the police station पुलिस वालों के साथ. Make note.
भाई क्या चल रहा है आप. उधर लेटा हुआ है जैसे उसकी जिंदगी तबाह हो गई, माँ बाप को फोन जाएगा, अभी
पड़ी हुई है बहुत ज्यादा.
I think at that.
Anyway, fast forward, ठीक है. This story is amazing.
So the reason I'm telling the story is that at that night I realized हम सबकी फटी हुई थी. This dude was the only one who was sitting calm. He was very collected, like supposedly he was like जैसे यहाँ cause kind of he was calm and collected, हम सबकी फटी हुई थी.
क्यों फटी हुई है?
He always had the confidence and conviction कि ठीक है कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो we got out of that. Like
that's the first time we met.
That's the first time we met. तो ठीक है, ये जेल में हम थे.
जेल में नहीं थे हम, पुलिस स्टेशन में बैठे हुए थे हम, ठीक है.
पुलिस स्टेशन में हम चटाई
चिल कर रहे थे हम, ठीक है.
पुलिस वाले के साथ चिल कर रहे थे.
उसने क्या क्या स्टोरीज बताई थी ना, वो तो चलो यहाँ पे नहीं बता. उसने क्या स्टोरीज बताई. उसने बोला मैंने रायट में एक डॉक्टर के मारा, उसने बोला इसको मारा, उसको मारा, उसको वहां जाके. अच्छा सर, अच्छा पूरी रात हमने बातें करी.
बेटे को इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज से निकाल के खेती में लगा.
वो दूसरा था ब्रो, वो दूसरा था.
ठीक है.
Anyway, we're digressing.
Have a good time editing this video bro. इतना बकचोदी चलेगा इसमें. हाँ. तो that was the second day of the boot camp, ठीक है.
हाँ. नहीं, this was the third day of the boot. नहीं, this was the second day of the boot camp.
This was the second day of the boot camp.
Oh yeah, this is the second day of the boot camp.
Seeing this, so this dude was so nice at that time कि he's like, you know what, तू देख ले, तीसरे दिन तू ऐसे ही आ जा मुफ्त में. I'm like ठीक है, मैं आऊँगा, मैं वहीं वेला. I'll come.
Visit the boot camp.
The whole reason is a nightclub is a very hard environment if you're new to. It's very high stimulation. Yeah. If you don't know how to communicate well with people and get out of your head, a nightclub is the worst place in the world to be for someone who loves libraries, alright?
Yeah.
So, I'm like, this dude is, at the time he had a reputation of, and still does actually, has a reputation of being like really, really good in nightclubs and having a lot of fun. So I was like, you know what, the perfect opportunity, I'm going to go and check it out, ki kya chal raha hai.
What is the fucking hype about?
Exactly. He just started out then. Boot camps were very cheap at the time.
very
10,000 का boot camp था. He's like, ले ले bro, तू भी ले ले. नहीं लेना. मैंने बाद में बहुत पैसे दिए boot camp के. ठीक है.
चल continue.
तो at the night club मैंने ऐसा night game नहीं देखा था. Night game being how you communicate, how you
basically how you socialize with people in the club, how you talk to girls, how you talk to guys. So.
In the nightclub. Yeah. So he had some very cool friends along with him who were actually helping out all of us in the boot camp. Who later we became like very good friends as well.
Assisting, yeah.
So on that boot camp I remember, so everybody also like just stuck in their head ki,
because the club be relatively khali tha. I mean there were people.
There
we did
enough people. We just didn't know what to do with the people there.
Yeah, there were enough
like
people.
इनका क्या करना है. And मैं तो बिल्कुल नहीं आया. Like you know मैं वैसे काला कोट पहन के पीछे से खड़ा हूँ. मैं देखूंगा, ठीक है, सारी टेक्निक्स नोट करूंगा, मैं देखूंगा कैसे करना है.
This is what people usually do as well. You know, when you go to the club, you're going to see people with their drinks in their hand या फिर पीछे खड़े रहते हैं and वो देखते रहते हैं. Exactly. They don't do shit.
I'm like the first 13 years, like first 3 years I'm like trying to game. I've always been like, ठीक है, I'll watch the cool guy and I'll see what he does and then I'll try to copy that. It does not work. Every person has his own style which he needs to develop eventually.
Basically, you need to be, for you to learn, watching is saying clearly doesn't work. It's, I mean, if you see क्या ही हो जाएगा,
screw you up.
कुछ नहीं होगा. Best thing, it's better that you go in and have your conversations. You go in and talk to people yourself rather than you looking at other people, what other people are doing.
Exactly, yeah. So this dude, I remember, like that was a very epic night because there was like I think that was hip hop night, and like
it was Saturday night.
So what you did is like you said something like ये देखो मैं ये कुछ सीखा है, and you like literally got everybody to in a circle, and सब ऐसे circle के बीच में नहा रहे, एक बंदा जा रहा था और नाच रहा था. You know, you can do that every time you go out in the night, but it is extremely fun and no one does it. Even to this day. You've got it in your mentorship. No one does it. Like, you still do it. It's super fun.
Instantly, when you do it, you're the center of attention. You're the most popular guy, and you're the person, meaning you're the area in the club where the most amount of fun is happening, and the currency in the club is fun. All right, literally, where is the most amount of fun happening? So when there's a fun happening with like 6 guys, all right, 6 guys having the most amount of fun, suddenly 6 छड़े जो frat party करते घूम रहे हैं, 6 guys on a frat party have suddenly turned out to be the most coolest people out there because they're dancing, having fun, and now everybody else in the club is really interested out there. Now of course हम वहाँ पे नागिन डांस तो कर नहीं रहे थे कि हम जमीन पे लेटे हुए ऐसे बैठे हुए हैं. So you're still like, you know, cool guys dancing on hip hop and everything.
हाँ, तो I'll tell you what the moment I decided I'll take a boot camp. Two moments actually. एक moment था, this dude is on your boot camp with he's learning. He's having this very normal, like you would call a 5 on 10 conversation with this girl, right? Alright. Suddenly you come in, you're like, kya haal hai? The girl is like taken aback. She like, eh. And then suddenly what you do, you say something very funny. The moment she starts laughing, you turn around and you start grinding her. Piche se, and you start laughing. And
what do you mean turn around and start grinding her?
So, वो ऐसे खड़ी है, you say something funny, chick cracks up, and then you turn around and you start grinding her, literally. You start twerking her.
That's what. So grinding is usually when you're at the back and the girl is in front.
Nahin, so you're twerking.
So I turn around and then I like.
Nahin, there's a chick you literally just met like 2 minutes into the conversation.
So I start twerking and then I push my butt towards her right.
तो ठीक है.
I like spank her ass.
अब तक घर से मारे like अच्छा तो you know मैं ये करता हूँ chick है like hey, she like this guy's cool. This dude comes in 2 minutes and he starts twerking on her. I'm like done, sorted. And then, but I think he was not interested in her for sure.
No, because see the thing, I don't remember that thing happening. But I mean, whatever is fun, I've had enough moments where I've done this. I've done this in Thailand also.
So that was the first time I saw this.
Yeah, but Nani, what I'm saying is why I don't remember it is because I mean a lot of things have happened. I generally don't remember, and even if I was interested in that girl, I would have backed off because Harsimar was talking to her.
Yeah.
So it was boot camp, and anyway, the first priority is to the client that time.
So second moment is while we are doing this whole circle thing, right? Where you know we made a ring and we are all like cheering, hoy, 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 and one person has to go and dance. So this beautiful girl, 6 foot tall, she is like dancing in the middle of the circle. She like beckons Chittaj over, and you know they literally. Like you can literally see the fire in her eyes.
She beckoned me. No, I would have hand of God, no. Like approach तो मैं नहीं करी होगी ना bro.
नहीं, you would already approached her. You're standing together, ठीक है? Then she's dancing in the middle of the circle.
अच्छा, she's dancing in the. Oh, okay, alright. So I had approached her.
So she calls into the middle of the circle.
अच्छा, right. So पहले we were in the middle of the circle, then we gotten her in the middle of the circle.
And you get closer, and then you start dancing even closer, then even closer, and then very close.
And then start making out.
Yeah, then you start making out. At that point, I was like, अच्छा ऐसा भी होता
है. Yeah. I don't remember this girl, but I remember the night before वाला जो मैं बताया.
Yeah.
I remember that one. I was confusing it with this one, but ठीक है.
And the thing I was most impressed with is the debriefs were like literally 6-7 hours long.
But we try to not go as long now. We try to be like that time. I was like, मैं सब आज ही सिखा दूँगा, सब आज ही सिखा दूँगा.
Like really hardcore.
And Harsimar would be sitting like this, and Harsimar would be dozing off. Even when the cops had come, Harsimar was dozed off already because my debriefs weren't ending. Like too long. So now I think with like as you mature as a coach, you realize that not all information. I mean, there's a lot of information. So yeah, I just wanted to give so much value that I just bring in so much content.
It was so valuable that I decided later on कि ठीक है. I couldn't afford it at the time.
Yeah.
But I had already decided कि ठीक है. I want to learn from him.
Yeah.
He's brought the value. Whatever he says, he actually demonstrates in the club for sure, 100%. So no doubts in my mind. The only question was when I'll take it.
Yeah.
So I actually signed up for his bootcamp when we were at a common friend's birthday party, and he's like, "I'm actually increasing the prices tomorrow." So,
Which I did.
11:55 पे he's telling me this. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm signing up right now. Here's my deposit. Done. I don't want to
Yeah.
pay extra for your boot camp, man.
And that time anyway, you paid a lot more than 10 grand, na?
I did, yeah.
Way more than two times or three times or something he paid, and I was going to increase it even more. And now it's
I was
even
like,
more.
I'm not paying that much, bro. अभी ले ले, done कर.
खत्म कर इसको. Perfect. ठीक है. So now we're on boot camp.
Right.
All right. ठीक है. तो boot camp पे के time तक. So this is when, I mean, you had been in the scene for a while, but you weren't
Yeah.
getting any results, and now you've come on boot camp, right?
So
how's your boot camp experience here? Tell me about it.
So context, before coming into boot camp, this was already my, I think, second year in game.
Okay.
So at this time, I was pretty much what you would call, I was not a beginner. I could do approaches. I didn't have approach anxiety.
Yeah.
And my dating life was okay, but it was not where I wanted to be. I wanted it to be the next level. Kind of like what I saw him do in a nightclub. I still wasn't at that level. My conversations were still like pretty boring, and I still had a lot of blind spots, which made me realize I need a coach, like someone experienced who can teach me how to like go about these things.
Yeah, so blind spot is again jargon. Blind spots, for anybody who doesn't understand, is basically things that you have no idea of finding out what you're doing wrong, but there's something wrong. Like you know there's something wrong, whatever you're doing clearly not working.
Yeah.
But because you're not at that level जहाँ पे तुम्हें पता चले that this is what I'm doing wrong. So which is why you need someone who's more experienced, who's walked the path and who's steps ahead of you and who can see from his vantage point that this is the problem and this is how you can solve it. So it really shortens out your learning curve.
Yeah, so this
at
dude
that time.
already had like a decade of experience at that point.
Yeah.
So obviously he
Less
knew
so.
what I was like. So I decided, you know,
Less so.
let's do the boot camp. Put down my deposit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in. Let's do it.
ठीक है,
So,
perfect.
3-day boot camp. Coming into the boot camp, I was like, you know, I've been already doing this for 2 years. I'm gonna be so much better than any of these other dudes. Right? I'm like the shit. You know, I've been gaming. I know all this theory. Did I tell you guys about my 1 terabyte game folder?
1 terabyte. लोगों की 1 terabyte porn होती है. कभी से 1 terabyte of
game
pickup
folder
content.
है, real social dynamics, mystery boot camp में सारा. I have literally every product you can think of and then more. I have access to all of them and I have seen all of them at this point. Plus I have at least I think 1,000 sets, 5,000 sets,
5,000 interactions.
5,000 interactions, cold approach at this point which I've done, and a relatively successful dating life. So I'm like, you know what, this bootcamp is going to be so easy. Kya, like I just want to like fix my.
But 5,000 1 year 5,000 interactions ज़्यादा नहीं है, थोड़ा कम होगा ना थोड़ा.
नहीं इतना हो गया. 2 साल. 2 years.
ठीक,
So 2
ठीक है,
years
ठीक है.
में I've been like doing this pretty much over.
Yeah.
A lot. And so
You come on boot camp.
I come on boot camp.
Competitive Kavish on boot camp.
Competitively, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to outcompete these people socially. The god, you know.
ठीक है.
I'm going to be on this guy's level. I'm going to show him how it's done. Like, yeah, you know, that's kind of a mistake you make.
सही है.
So
ठीक है then. Tell me about the boot camp. How were your results?
I did
what happened?
awful in boot camp. I'll be like very honest. I think we you literally pushed us to the limit as much as possible.
Yeah.
For someone who's been doing this so much, I think like literally I was exhausted by the end of the first day.
Yeah.
Not because it wasn't fun, it was like so exhilarating. Like I went home and I slept like a baby. It was like super fun.
Left everything in the field.
And we went on a style session as well.
Yeah, we got grooming done. And
I always thought कि you know मेरे कपड़े इतने अच्छे लग रहे हैं, you know.
Finally, Kavish is in a red polo t-shirt.
ऊंच गिराने के. So this, by the way, this Zara red shirt you bought.
Yeah.
This is not the same one I bought on boot camp, but this thing I always like buy one every year.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
सही है. ठीक है. So we got your style done. We got lots of things. Oh हाँ, at उस time पे वो भी तो था. There was another guy with you on boot camp.
So okay, this dude. Okay, he literally has zero cold approach experience.
Zero.
He has not spoken to students.
I'll tell you what zero means. Zero means dude signs up on boot camp, and he's like, okay, height. What's his height, Kavish?
What's his height? Yeah. I think he's about here.
5'4", 5'5".
No, he's about 5'6", I think.
5'6", 5'5".
Below average height, yeah.
Yeah, something around that.
Dude's older than me.
Yeah. He's my age.
He's a very ugly looking dude. I'll be very
chubby.
That's what I thought. And he's chubby. And I'm like, why is this dude even bothering you? Kyun aa raha hai boot camp pe?
And zero experience being...
And here I am like, nobility. 2 साल का experience है. I want to show him how it's done, man. He doesn't deserve to be here.
Right. So उसका zero experience पता है क्या था? He was like, he thought कि when we were out for day game, he thought we were going out there to only buy clothes.
Yeah.
And he was like, भाई अभी कर रहे हैं. कहता अभी कर रहे हैं. कहते ऐसे थोड़ा ना होगा भाई, रात को करेंगे क्लब में. मैं कहा नहीं, अभी करेंगे भाई मॉल में. कहता अभी कर रहे हैं, दिन में कैसे करेंगे, रात में फिर भी मैं थोड़ा करूँ. मैं कहा भाई अभी कर रहे हैं. And then we got him going.
Yeah.
वहाँ पे. Then you want to complete?
And we did get him going. He was so amazing. He literally humbled me because he was so good. I remember first day I was pushing him like, dude, there's this like really beautiful Russian girl. You should go talk to her.
Yeah.
And he did, and he never came back. The entire night. I'm like, dude,
he didn't come back.
I couldn't believe it. Like Kshitij said, oh, he's with her. Like she took him to her place.
Yeah.
They connected so well.
Yeah. She took him. They went for food, and after that, what happened? He dropped her home. And वहाँ पे भी they hung out for a while, and then I think he did come back later in the night काफी.
Yeah, he came back
late.
later in the night. And
Yeah.
I was like,
the fuck is happening? And then the crazy thing, next day again same thing happened.
Oh yeah, the next day.
Gurgaon.
So what happened? And next day, like we worked extra hard. First we did the mall. And exhausted at the end of the mall, we took a break. We ate that Nerula's thali, जो बहुत crazy होती है. उसके बाद we went to summer house. After summer house, we went to an after party.
Second day पे. So already extra long. Like literally, we've been pushed to the limit. Like so we start in the afternoon at around 4 or 5. और रात के 1 बज गए हमें already first club में. And after that, we go for an after party till like 4 in the morning.
We are super energetic at this point. And over there we meet this like group of girls who were with us in summer house, and we spoke to them. And also the same guy who was with the Russian girl yesterday. This dude was just killing it.
But what you're missing is second day again he met a girl during the daytime. Second or third day was that?
That was the third.
That was the third day.
I'll get to that. That was on Sunday.
अच्छा ठीक है. Cool.
So very cool story to show how socially inept I am.
Yeah.
What happened is there was like this friend of Kshitij, and she was like with her younger sister. And Kshitij is like, go and talk to these. I'm like, excuse me, are you a school teacher? She's like, no, I'm not a school teacher. At that point, I'm like, shut up. I look at her younger sister, who's like, she's 18 or 19.
She's 18, bro.
And I'm like, you're a school teacher. मेरे पास और कुछ नहीं था बोलने के लिए. वो दोनों भागने लग गए. I'm like, wait, school teacher.
And then we meet them the next day at a club. And I'm with Kavish. She comes to me and we're talking, and she looks at Kavish. She's like, he's with you. He creeped me out last night. He creeped out my little sister. He's calling her a school teacher. मैं कहा यार कोई नहीं, मैं come meet Kavish. He's a really nice guy. She's like, dude, what's up? Kavish is like, यार मैं तुम्हें, I don't know what to say. I was so nervous. I don't know what to say.
Now, these kind of experiences are important. Because they kind of make sure that you're never nervous again. How bad could it get after that?
Yeah. And you know what? Second day pay was the main time where I could see when girls were attracted to you. So I'll tell you one of the things. Like this will be great for people as well. So naturally, what Kavish was trying to do was just trying to learn games, trying to learn skills and techniques and what to do so that he can be this amazing guy, alright? But on bootcamp, what happened? That was the time when I heard you sing for the first time. On the second day or something. I was like, Kavish, listen, stop everything else. Let's get you singing more. You go approach, start singing. You're in the club, start singing. Yeah. You talk to girls, start singing. And anytime Kavish would sing, bro, इतना amazing reactions आते थे ना. I was like, bro, why aren't you doing more of this? Like मैं approach करके बोलता हूँ कि वो जवानी जाने मन हसीन दिलरुबा इतने बुरे तरीके से गा के, और यहाँ कविश गा के सुनाओ.
So what?
कविश एक परदेसी कविश एक परदेसी सुना दे कविश.
एक परदेसी मेरा दिल ले गया जाते जाते मीठा मीठा
दर्द दे गया.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. So Kavish is a very nice singer.
I'm a decent singer, I would say.
काफी
I've learned. So क्या हुआ था कि this was actually at the end of this after party. We were like actually there was this group of 3 girls and we were all talking together. And you know, at that time I was like constantly trying to make conversation.
Yeah.
नहीं हो रहा था. At that point, what happened is I gave up. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just like do whatever the fuck I want and whatever comes to my hand. And I started singing, and that's the first time they were like, everybody was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I was like, hey. And then like there was a girl who also was a singer, and we were like actually
Then
connecting.
you connected. Yeah.
So that was like a click that happened at that point.
Yeah.
Ki all this pressure which I'm taking, which I'm like trying to compete with people, I'm being condescending towards them, and all this like things which go all the way back to high school, by the way, because that's just, you know, the kind of behaviors that get built up over time. And naturally that clicked ki, okay, all I have to do is just like give up all that.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like whatever comes in your head, like the first thing.
Yeah, look, ironic kitna hai, you know, we learn so many things ki I want to do this so that I get away from this, and then I'm going to become this, so many skills and so many things I learned. And when the transformation came was when he was like, I've tried everything I know. I've tried all 1 terabyte of footage and everything. And I'm constantly being like, Kavish, thoda sa relax, like giving him inputs and stuff. But वो नहीं समझ आते उस time पे, ठीक है, तो नहीं आ रहा. And then finally when he just gave up, I don't want to talk to anybody, and he just goes to sit. Like this was the time when you were, I think I was sitting in the car and you were standing outside and you were just looking another way and just chilling and just being like, fuck it, and then just start singing
I was just eating my
naturally.
Dog at 24/7.
Yeah, just start singing, given up on everything, and everyone was like, what is this? Come here, we want this here. और उससे पहले कविश होता है, नहीं मैं मेरे को ले लो. But उसके लिए like नहीं कविश हमें चाहिए कविश.
So that was one click that happened. Second click that happened is looks, money do not matter. Remember that dude I was talking about, that he actually day after actually he met this really like good beautiful girl in the mall, and they literally like he never came back.
Yeah, again he never came back.
He
didn't come back. So let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, so he came back with like marks all over and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, so just a brief again, same thing happened. We were in touch and he was like, bro, what's up? Like he doesn't know because this is very new to him. He doesn't understand. I was like, bro, relax. See what she's doing. Ask her if you can hang out with her for a while, if she can walk around, whatever. If she's fine, do that. After that, tell her to get some food. Go get some food, eat, and then see where she stays. Offer to drop her home.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to take the metro. Then he was leaving, so he was like, I'll drop you to the metro. And then they were so wrapped up in conversation. Metro station pass ho gaya. And wo jaye ja rahe. And then she was like, I want to have drinks. And they went to have, they had like a beer or something. Or no. So what happened was she went back home.
Yeah.
Because she was staying outside. So she went back home and came out again.
Yeah.
And then they chilled, had some food, had a beer. And then they were in the car and everything, spent some time there where he got the marks and everything, and then he came back.
Yeah, he was actually about to leave when she went back home.
Yeah, he was about to leave, like, so because 15 minutes ho gaye the.
He called him up, like, and this dude is like, no, you're not going anywhere, you're staying there.
I was like, मैं कहा भाई 15 मिनट उसने बोले ना, 15 मिनट हो चुके हैं, कहते नहीं अभी नहीं हुआ, अभी 5 मिनट हुए हैं. मैं कहा तो अब से 15 मिनट और रुक जा, ठीक है, like literally just wait, and when you're leaving just call me up, right? So yeah, I mean, so many times we feel that people don't want to meet her. And she'd asked him to stay because she wanted to hang out with him more. Like she liked him so much. And after that, I mean,
so my learnings for that boot camp were this. First thing is actually, I was an extremely condescending person, and I was like, literally, my arrogance was shattered by that experience. It made me realize that, you know, it's not a competition. And there are certainly no value metrics which you place on yourself, that, you know, you have to look a certain way, you have to act a certain way, you have to, like, all you have to do is have good intentions towards other people and naturally, like, flow with it. Be your most authentic self. It's a very simple statement, but it takes a lot of experiences to realize what it actually means.
And then of course, like, I mean, authentic self doesn't. So there's a difference between being yourself and being authentic. So your values and everything can be authentic, but you can still improve your skill set of conversation, of talking to people, understanding how things work, and of course, like,
I was at a place where my skill set was actually decent.
Yeah.
But it was my value system and all the shit in my head that was preventing me from connecting with people, which was the whole reason.
Yeah.
I was like stuck.
And you trying to be someone else.
Exactly.
And not being who
Absolutely.
you are. Because the singing wala part was, I mean, huge for me also.
The
And I
whole
was like,
time,
bro, why
I was
aren't you
like, I'm
using
not
this?
I don't care about being someone else, and naturally the song was coming out of, because that's how I am. All the time I'm always singing around. There's always a song playing in my head, and the moment that song came out, it came out in such a way that everybody was like so impressed by it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so how was your experience bootcamp ka? How was the overall experience, and how was gaming with me? Chilling with me in the club and stuff.
Chilling with you, always awesome.
Yeah.
Insane energy. So here's the thing that on a bootcamp, the dude who's actually giving the bootcamp has an insane burden put on him. Alright. It's not just him he has to handle in the club. It's the energy of all these other 3 people who are relying on him.
Yeah, like, energetic, reliant. I haven't ever mentioned it. I mean, I understand. वो होता है, but हाँ, literally.
And like, I was certainly because, you know, I paid him money. I'm like, this dude, he has to teach me everything he knows. There's always that constant pressure. वो काफी screw up कर देता है.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm trying to be competitive in a social situation, this dude will actually get that.
Yeah.
And he has to literally like
neutralize
that.
You can sense that. You can sense everything.
And it will like ruin his state when he's in the club. He knows how to have fun. He's there to have fun, and you're here to just be competitive. In my case, or some dudes, they're here to like just literally like they're looking for a father figure to teach them how to communicate with people. So there are a lot of burdens on him.
Part of the deal.
Despite that, super motivating. Like literally pushing us. He's like literally pushing us to have more interactions. Even the ones I screwed up, like that school teacher wala. He like literally like we all sat together and he got and introduced her to me, and like he's a really nice guy actually. He's just like a bit nervous when he was talking to you. And she actually was a super sweet person. I met her many times after that at the same club, and you know, we actually connected as well after that.
Yeah.
I apologize to her, of course. Something I never would have done otherwise. But after like the first 2 days...
Because you used to be mean and shit every day.
Yeah, exactly. After the first 2 days, I kind of realized, you know, I was kind of getting the hang of it. How to be more empathetic.
Sahi hai. ठीक है bro, perfect.
Second burden a coach has on every night is, you know, naturally when he's connecting with people, and what happened on the first night was Kshitij met the like 2 really beautiful women in the nightclub, and you know, they were all like having super fun, and you know, they were hugging him, and you know, both of them were like after him, and
that's crazy.
He left it हमारे लिए. He had to leave it. पहली रात इसने छोड़ दिया. ठीक है.
और वो नहीं, मैं बताना चाहूँगा वो कितना दर्दनाक सिनेरियो होता है.
अच्छा, वो तो ठीक है. Second night.
सोल होती है मेरी भाई. सोल मेरी. बूट कैंप में बोलो नहीं. और तो मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ नहीं.
Again, 2 very beautiful girls. We meet. And you know, they're like after him, they're hugging him like, come with us, Kshitij. They're like, नहीं देवी. आज नहीं, आज राखी का दिन है, बूट कैंप है. इन तीनों नहीं, दोनों सिर्फ हम दो.
एक तो बंदा था नहीं,
एक चलेगा. अब लाइक ये क्या करेगा, ये मोटा, ये मोटा चलेगा हमें छोड़ के. And you know, we're like 2 like really good looking buff dudes. Like इन दोनों में से नहीं, like तू पसंद है, नो तू मेरी बहन.
So again, उनको भी बोलना पड़ा sorry. I can't hang with you guys today.
Heartbreaking experiences, man.
I can't hang with you today, but after I debriefed you guys that night, then I hung out with them. Later on, I went to their place and.
Acha, so insane energy that was a 16 hour, 17 hour shift that you put in with us already.
Fuck yeah.
That started at 5 o'clock, and I think we were up till 6.
We were up till 6
a.m., 7 a.m.
5 or 6, and then I went.
And then you went after that.
I went after that, hung out with them, crashed with them.
And then we did it all again on the third day.
On the Sunday go again, yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, okay. So how were your results after the bootcamp, Kavish?
So after the bootcamp, there was a second shift in my mindset. So from a beginner to an intermediate,
Yeah.
I'd kind of realized that I have these techniques, I have these things which I'm going to say, and it's all a competition. Now, at an intermediate level, the second shift came after the boot camp, where I kind of realized, that it's not about the things you're doing, it's not about these techniques. You're going to have to develop more as a person. You're going to have to develop skills like empathy, like the ability to have fun, the ability to generate good emotions within yourself, and how to like connect with other people.
Right.
And it also shattered my arrogance, you want to say, or this whole mindset that being rude to people is a way to connect with them, which I had like all the way since school. I'm like, kya haal hai, you're a man ki lodi, teri maa. That's how we greet each other in school. Like, Kshitij will concur. And I kind of never grew out of that. So, and now I had someone to tell me how to do it.
Yeah, take it thoda easy, because that's the same thing with me na. When I got out of school and I was in college, my thing was, I knew ki like when girls are around, no, my thing was that I would be extra cautious when women would be around, और मैं ज़्यादा हिंदी में नहीं बात करता था, और मैं ज़्यादा मतलब गालियाँ बिल्कुल नहीं देता था. Now I have come to terms with like of course if I'm with a girl I'm not gonna abuse her, but अगर मैं generally हूँ तो एक दो चार बहनचोद इधर उधर घूमते रहते हैं मेरे से कभी भी. So now it's like that's something that comes naturally to me. But because I own it, it doesn't look that bad. Plus it's socially calibrated. तो वो problem नहीं होता है मेरे को. Versus पहले being like कि नहीं यार, I cannot say this, I cannot do that. And सबसे बड़ी problem होती थी, when if your first language is Hindi, right? अगर तुम हिंदी में करते हो, then when you talk in English now, you convert, like in your mind you're gonna convert what you want to say in you're gonna convert from Hindi to English in your mind and then say it. With Hindi तुम एकदम से सीधा बोल देते हो, ठीक है? So that was the issue with my starting years when I got out of school. And anybody who's not a native English speaker is going to have the same thing. Because whatever you want to say in English, तुम अपने दिमाग में पहले convert करोगे और फिर बोलोगे. But once that got, with practice ही वो ठीक होता है, ठीक है? With practice that got over. And second thing was jokes. हिंदी में जो तुम्हारे जोक naturally निकलेंगे, भैंचो दो चार, ठीक है, ऐसे ही निकल जाएंगे.
So jokes में I think one more feedback you gave me is my sense of humor was like really out there.
किसी के पल्ले नहीं पड़ता था या तो किसी सबको offend करता था.
Yeah, so I had a lot of issues, alright. We'll get to inner child here, which is I think
नहीं ज़्यादा नहीं.
The third turning point I had.
Right, ठीक है. Tell me.
Actually, so at that point I realized, but I was a condescending asshole. After the bootcamp, I tried to work on like being more polite, but inside there was still the same shit floating inside.
Yeah.
So
beliefs and
my
mindsets.
Humor was also very weird. In the sense, it was like a very condescending, disgusting way, which very few people would actually resonate with. So I had to like, and as soon as I was developing empathy, I kind of realized that certain behaviors I had adopted were not working, and certain beliefs and mindsets in my identity I would have to give up to become more successful with communicating with people.
Yeah, generally.
In general, and of course in my dating life.
Yeah, okay, perfect, ठीक है. So mindsets वगैरह हो गए. And अगर हम tangible results की बात करें कविश, like on bootcamp what started happening? You started getting numbers. You started going on dates. What started happening?
More numbers. But numbers were no. I actually started qualitatively connecting more with people.
Okay. Perfect.
Even not in my dating life.
ठीक है.
In my dating life, naturally my results got better. I actually made a girlfriend during the time I met a very like wonderful girl who had an amazing relationship.
After the bootcamp, during the bootcamp.
That was after the bootcamp.
All right, perfect. ठीक है. So numbers were not a problem पहले इतना.
Yeah, but they don't mean much anyways.
Right, numbers don't mean much if you just keep getting fake numbers. So basically, like on bootcamp, we again got numbers. After that, you were having interactions easily. You were getting numbers,
I took
and then after that, they would convert into dates.
And this was actually around the time I started feeling more comfortable in the nightclub.
Right.
And I was having a lot more fun in the nightclub.
Right,
I was actually going solo a bit after the bootcamp as well, and it was like super fun. And I was having I was connecting more with people in the nightclub as well at the time. And I met like a very wonderful girl, and I like settled into a short relationship with her after.
So Kavish gets done with bootcamp. Now what happens is Kavish comes on the mentorship.
हाँ, so
तो mentorship क्यों join करा तूने, ठीक है?
Mentorship इसलिए join किया because I wanted to join Mentorship 1.2. Mentorship 1.2 at the time, like I had a friend who had taken Mentorship 1.0, and he actually showed me inside ki aisa lag raha hai. And I was like, damn dude, there's like a lot of knowledge here.
Yeah.
And you know, if I'm like taking a bootcamp from this system, I'm taking his feedback.
Yeah.
It is best that I follow a system which he lays down.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about the mentorship was that it was step by step. Approach, hook, and then attraction, and then all these topics all these topics in the mentorship, and it was step by step, and there were daily missions, there were infields. I was like, you know what, I'm going to start from week 1 and I'm going to follow it all the way till the end. So he gave me the mentorship. I bought the mentorship.
Yeah, continue.
And I diligently made notes, attended all the webinars, I followed his practices, and my results were just absolutely epic at the point, because it's a complete 360 degree program. It gives you a system at a very like what to say level. It gives you a system on how to be as a person. It gives you like even the 13th module is inner child, where you know you work on, where you go on the very deep stuff. So all these things, I think they just made me like so much more charismatic as a person here. I was finally able to emote with people, and I was connecting with a part of myself which I didn't believe existed before that. Super empathetic. Excellent results in my dating life, if you guys.
ठीक है, perfect. Anyway, वो तो हमारे weekly Q&As भी होते थे, and it's like bootcamp is like 3 days, right? You're 3 days, you're done, you're intense. Yeah. But mentorship is stressed out. Like every week you go out, you have missions, and then you get feedback on that, and then you go out again.
Super helpful fact about the feedback was like you always have 1 week, and the system was there. I remember like asking you some very specific questions that you gave like amazing answers to, because I remember game does not always go according to plan. It's always helpful to have like someone who's been in certain situations before. So I remember I was at a nightclub solo at the time, and I was like connecting with these like very like amazing girls in some house, and there were like these 3 douchebags who came, and they're literally like trying to kick me out of set, like physically they were pushing me and all that, and I was like, my vibe got so ruined at that point, and I left. And I remember coming back and I like asking him what to do in this situation, and he gave me like literally like an answer on a very broad view, then simple view, then even like close view. Very detailed answer.
Something which can be over a longer period of time, which is going to be more of inner work, and then other things which is like instantly actionable, and again like basically summarizing
super helpful.
So like one of the things, like when I have enough time to go into detail and to explain people from different paradigms, on a deeper level, on like a surface level, actionable level, and on a mindset level,
and even in fields there.
Oh yeah, even in fields. We're gonna increase in fields abhi mentorship. We're gonna be launching mentorship 3.0. There's gonna be deep level infields in each and every week, so that's going to be pretty epic. We're going to make it even more epic with that. Okay bro, perfect. So slow and steady, your graph is going up and up and up and up and up, and this time I don't think we can get anything tangible, because it happened over a course of months, and even after 3 months we continued with the mentorship, and it's like slow and steady, thoda your progress is going up. Alright, then finally we went for the Thailand immersion last year, and New Year's Day.
Thailand immersion is at the point where I can say where I went into an advanced level after coming out of
it. उस time पे Thailand immersion के पहले was also I remember, yes, so sorry, हमने miss कर दिया. There was a time where you were just somehow not feeling it, and sort of like a non-success dry spell चल रहा था तेरा field में.
So ठीक है, after I was in a relationship after like some point after the mentorship, and जब वो like टूटा, I was kind of like having this dry spell in my dating life of around 2 to 3 months. I'd already started going out and trying to fix my dating life again, magar you know, it was just ki, you know, there was no push behind me. I was not like motivated to do it at all. I went out a couple of times with Kshitij, and he told me that he's planning this Thailand immersion in December.
2 rupees gang sab jayenge Thailand.
And I'm like, you know what, before I go there, I am going to figure this out once and for all. I have traveled before, but I've never traveled specifically to game, and not in an environment like this where it's going to be 10 of us and we're going to connect as family. I want to be at my best self.
8 day boot camp basically.
So before going to the Thailand immersion, I decided I'm going to get into my peak state. 1 month I went out full time. I think I was even like I went out with you as well. You helped me out even later, and even like even on a couple of boot camps I was with you. Helped you take some videos, and any chance I got to game with you especially, I was always ready. And solo, I used to go out 4 hours, 5 hours. Someday I remember I put in like 36 hours in the weekend. Because I really
crazy, bro.
And ठीक है, my dating life was fine here, but Thailand में it's when like the final shift happened. So
Thailand की तो stories भी बहुत हैं bro.
Thailand की इतनी stories हैं, and this is like
ऐसे कविश को open करते हुए Bangkok में. So you I guess haven't seen him dance. Kavish is like, like Kavish, that one. Kavish like, and the girl's like, what? And I'm like, the fuck is this bro? This Kavish saying hi to the girl. I'm like, the fuck are you doing bro? वहाँ पे बंदी कर दिया.
तो Thailand में हम पहले दिन मिलते हैं. I'm like bro, I'm like super pumped, full time game कर रहा हूँ. And this point, it's not arrogance. It's bootcamp में I'm like, I come as a student, ठीक है? I will do whatever you tell me to. तो we are in Bangkok. हम एक like night club पे जाते हैं, ठीक है? And the hard thing about Thailand when you're gaming in Bangkok is हमें पता नहीं चलता if this person is a civilian, a pedestrian, or she's a sex worker. वो बाद में जाके पता चलता है. तो we went into the nightclub, and we literally opened every single person in that nightclub.
We spoke to everyone.
There was not a single civilian there. we paid like 500 baht to get into that nightclub. That amazing crowd inside, man. कुछ नहीं मिला.
नहीं, but there was, I think that girl you were, finally one civilian was there.
So there was this girl, she like dancing, just having like a lot of fun. I'm like a tap, and she looks at me and I'm like, Shitala ye kya? I'm like, hand of God. So I was expecting she's going to like take my hand and she's going to be like, yeah. She got creeped out and went away.
I'm like, यार कविश क्या कर रहा है यार?
But even then, like diligence, hard work, and like listening to feedback pays off.
नहीं, रुक जा. I remember more stories. You remember those two French girls in Bangkok only? You remember that? I tell you so finally. नहीं, रुक जा. ठीक है, there were. Sorry, not French girls, 2 Indian girls.
Okay.
So there were 2 Indian girls there, okay, like short. And I was like, yeah, I am outside of India finally, and now we're going to meet Europeans, we're going to meet Australians, we're going to meet like Americans, Canadians, we're going to meet people who are not Indian. So I was like, यार इनसे तो मैं अभी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, alright? I meet these people every time in Delhi, so I'm going to meet other people here, alright? Finally, when we speak to everybody in the club and no scene, we finally दोस्तों को I'm like, यार चल यार कविश, let's go talk to them. मैं कहा यार ये देसी बंदियों से ही बात कर लेती है. चलो अब यही दिन आ गए हैं वापस, चलो देसी बंदियों में गए. हम गए वहाँ पे, मैं कहा hey, I said something and she like Judem, Dulam, and I'm like what? And she says something in French. I'm like what? I'm like he's from India. She's like no, I'm French. I'm like ये मतलब यहाँ भी देसी बंदियाँ भी देसी नहीं लिख रही और उन्होंने भी भाव नहीं दिया. मैं भाई
I'm waiting, like now I'll enter and like talk to
blown out.
ये तो फ्रेंच बंदी.
I was like ये तो देसी बंदी होंगी.
These are the least French looking women I have ever seen in my life.
Oh भाई.
I was thinking कि either they will be like Indian, they look North Indian.
They weren't looking Indian, bro. They were looking Indian.
They were so Indian, bro.
Yeah, sorry. मुझे लगा तू बोल रहे हो फ्रेंच.
Subcontinent से कहीं से.
Yeah, like Indian. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कहाँ तुम पाकिस्तान
श्रीलंका की हुई ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यार, but they were French, so.
भाई जितना flip हुआ ना मैं उस दिन. मैं कहा चलो यार कभी ऑफ नाइट है fucking Bangkok.
कि ठीक है इनसे लास्ट में बात करेंगे.
हाँ इनसे लास्ट में
इंडिया में बहुत बात कर लिया.
लास्ट रिजॉर्ट. Anyway,
Also French.
so this is like 2 days, like one day prior, me and Kavish had gone there and we were waiting for
Exactly,
other
but
people.
even then, it paid off because in
Yeah, yeah,
Khao San Road,
Oh yeah.
like after a hard night of like talking to so
the
many
Germans we met out there.
I met like this amazing
Yeah,
Israeli
yeah,
girl.
Israeli girl,
So,
yeah,
this is a funny story. We tried like everything and we were not getting anything.
Yeah. The only thing, वहाँ पे the thing was that
It was like so many
20
people.
guys,
I know.
2 girls.
20 guys, 2 girls. Exactly.
और उसमें से what I remember was, I remember some Thai girls, जो starting में we spoke to 5-6 girls.
They were there.
Then after that I remember those 2 German girls that we spoke to.
Yeah.
उनके बाद वो चली गई, फिर हमें बाद में मिली, फिर मैं कहा अच्छा फिर से मिल गए हो, let's hang out. कहती नहीं.
They went.
No, मैं कहा चलो ठीक है, ऐसी बात है, कोई नहीं, चलो. मैं कहा ठीक है, चलो कोई नहीं. And then finally, like, I mean, there's so many people out there, like so many guys and stuff. Like
It's literally a jungle raj.
Yeah,
there
plus
are
like
so
first
many
night thing
people,
after.
like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Kumbh Ka Mela, so you don't know what you're doing there.
yeah.
There's this one.
Then
girl
finally
that-
one girl was there.
She did like go talk to her,
Yeah,
talk to her. I like tap and I'm like hi, and she turns around
Yeah.
and I'm like yeah, this is also blurred. She did like, and she's actually looking.
नहीं, अच्छा, this one fuck नहीं.
That's
So
Israeli girl and
हाँ. So wait, तूने confuse कर दिया सबको, ठीक है?
मैं तो इसी की बात कर रहा हूँ.
What happened was we were walking and she was going like this, alright? So she was walking the other side. Kavish and I are walking this side. She's going this side, and I was like Kavish. So she was on Kavish's side, right? And I was like Kavish, go for it. So Kavish turns around. He's like tap, hi, whatever. She doesn't turn around instantly, and that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
No one's gonna turn around instantly. And Kavish turns around back, but I'm still looking there. And she's turned around and waiting.
Yeah.
और इसने पहले ही सोचा that I'm rejected and she doesn't want to talk to me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
फिर उन्होंने कहा जा. So चली गई, हम काफी आगे चले गए. Then I made him run back.
And yeah, so I did run back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like finally.
Like
Literally, this is a night where we've like attempted hundreds of times to like talk to someone, and the one time it was working, I
छोड़
actually
दिया, sabotage.
I was actually about to walk away, and the dude is like,
yeah. I'm like,
go back.
Fuck, bro.
I went back, and I like took her to like the nice restaurant at the corner of the street,
जहाँ मैंने वो
Nambutri
खाया
lane
था.
में.
Bhainschod, वो mother चोद खाना bad.
जहाँ पे तेरे को grilled vegetables दिए थे.
बहनचोद वो क्या वेजिटेबल चावल मंगवाए, चावल के साथ ना वेजिटेबल we ordered like Thai red curry जैसा कुछ मैंने बोला, vegetables वाला, ठीक है? So stir mix fry, some shit is what it was like. So he brings
the idea was कि he's vegetarian, तो इसने चावल मंगाए और साथ में vegetables मंगाए कि वो gravy वाले vegetables. उन्होंने dry vegetables दे दिए.
Dry vegetables.
So this dude is like gravy चाहिए.
like gravy भाई.
He's like wait, I will get you gravy. उसने mineral water दे दी.
चावल में डाल ले वो.
I took that girl to a date at that very restaurant, and she's like, this food is awful.
और कविश कहता ब्रो ये बहुत सही जगह है, मैं मेरे साथ चल. मेरे को ले
amazing food. What are you talking
मेरे को
about?
भी ले गया. मैं कहा कविश बहन चो ध्यान नहीं आऊंगा.
She's like, this food is awful. She was from Israel, but she was actually settled in Switzerland, and we had an amazing conversation. She was actually a super fun person. And she was actually had a boyfriend at the time, and he was going to join her there later. So naturally we were like just very friendly with each other.
Yeah. और मैं खुश हो रहा था. मैं कहा आज कविश वापस नहीं आ रहा है. बहुत लेट आया था रात को वापस. मैं कहा फाइनली मैं कहा कविश नहीं आ रहा आज वापस.
Competitiveness.
मैं कहा आज कविश नहीं आ रहा वापस. बहन चो बहुत ही सही.
And she had actually like run away from parents to be in Thailand. So I was like, gangster, yeah. Amazing.
What the fuck is going on, bro?
So that's just the first day of boot camp, right?
That wasn't even the first day. That was one day before.
Acha, that was just like pre. We were just going to set up.
We were going to set up and just get used to it. Because so here's the thing, alright. So whenever you're going to travel to another place, you'll need some time to get used to it, and that's what, like, first night we were there, so much kar rahe the, even Indian girls turned out to be French, and everyone's a sex worker, and like fucking shit is going crazy. but it's the rhythm that you set out there, right? And I was like, that's great, yeah. So then boot camp starts, alright. Then finally we meet the other guys. There are like 4 more guys with us. It's like five of you guys, 1 me, 6 of us, and हम हैं वहाँ पे सब साथ में.
Madness starts.
First night we go. This is Christmas Eve.
This is like the madness starts at Christmas Eve, where we are in like Koh Samui.
Samui. We were in Samui and we go to Phangan.
We go to Samui first on the 24th night.
Yeah. No. We go to Phangan only 24th night. So what happened was I had assumed that 24th cause it's Christmas Eve, that's gonna be a Christmas party.
Yeah.
But when we reached Phangan, we got to know Christmas party is on the 25th.
Yeah.
And we had already booked for 24th. So 24th we headed to Fanganal, and there weren't. I mean, there were a decent amount of people, not.
So yeah, there were enough people in Fanganal at the time. And I think first day we did 100.
No, that was second day because of main night kar rahe the. Haan, we'll talk.
So we went to Phanyang, and since it was the first day, we all settled into our rooms and we got together. We got to know each other.
Yeah.
He told his story, I told my story, and I think usi raat pe you met.
Yeah. So that night I met.
This we're talking about like burdens of a person who's actually coaching you. He also had like a pressure on him that
too much.
If
first international immersion.
If he like coaching like on a first international, he has to like do well. He has to show people that he can bring, he can like walk the talk. He can walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So on the very first night in Phanyang, he actually met this very beautiful French girl. And they were like just so dancing together, and they were like literally like, when I looked at both of them, I thought they'd literally been dating for 2-3 years already. Like they had such a good bond together. They were like so cool.
Yeah. And
made a really good couple. But बहन बनाना पड़ता है if you're on immersion.
But that night, it was first night, and everyone was. It was enough time, and I was like, guys, I'm gonna like be with her for a while.
Yeah, and she was like a very wonderful
That night
person.
we went and
she was an amazing person.
We hung out at my hotel. हमने वहाँ पे hang out किया, बात करी, and I mean, she crashed the night. No,
she did, and after that you came to our room so that you could like literally tell us what the agenda is for the next 7-8 days.
I debriefed again. So she's crashing the night with me, and then I once she went to sleep, so I was like, let's debrief our office. And
so they're not typical boot camp, but more free flowing. And
because that was like, we were expecting it's gonna be a party, na. So now and the same thing. So here's the thing, I've like, anytime I've been with girls, I haven't been able to go on trips with them. ठीक है, जितना भी मेरा time हुआ, because every time there's something or the other stopping me. College के time में पैसे नहीं होते थे, उसके बाद फिर time नहीं होता था. फिर that feeling of I'm going to be going out with a girl, what the fuck am I going to do? I might go out and like maybe boot camp or do some stuff. So that time I was like, I'm going to meet someone and I want to travel with them, maybe a week or 2 or something. That was what I thought कि मैं जाऊँगा, मैं करूँगा. But then again,
you got duties to do, yeah.
Then again, next day, सबसे बुरा पता है कब लगा था. So next day again, she texts me. She's like, "Where are you?" I went to meet her and I was like, "Guys, give me like 15 minutes or something." Alright, because she really feels like वो मेरे से मिलने आई है यहाँ पे. So next day again, and then we were walking and stuff, and everyone was doing their thing. I had already told them what to do, and I was like, "Guys, just give me 15 minutes." And we were walking to the hotel. Like we switched hotels, and she's like, "I'll stay with you today. I'll tell my friends no." I like, we can't do that tonight. She's like, what? And then literally, her words were, she's like, you're abandoning me tonight. I was like, benchod.
She was like,
मौत कहाँ है मेरी, बाबा ले जा उठा ले benchod.
Such an amazing person.
And then I was like, यार आज नहीं हो पाएगा आज. And I told her,
पत्थर दिल पे पत्थर रखे.
Yeah, I told her, I'm here with the guys. I need to help them out. I mean,
we did meet her later again, of course, in Finland.
Yeah. We met her in the morning. We had breakfast with her. In the morning.
Yeah, we did. We'll get to that night actually. So the like batch of students you got was like mashallah.
एक हमारा sigma male था. Karan tha.
Amazing like batch of women people.
So alright. So first night gets done. I meet this girl, and then second night was
second night was absolutely epic.
Yes.
We literally like, you gave us like, I think you asked like how many people can you talk to in a day randomly? How many people and women can you cold approach in one night?
Yeah.
And since this is a Christmas party,
there are going to be thousands of people. At least 20,000 people are going to be there that night. 20,000 people.
And I think he gave us a very solid task that you have to talk, cold approach at least 100 either people or groups of people.
Yeah.
100 each. Like 10 guys. 100 each, and we all
100 each, everybody 100, and even I was doing that, and we had gotten pens. So anytime you do approach, you mark on your hand. You mark on your hand. You mark it like वो जो होता है वो 1 2 3 4 and cross 1 2 3 4 cross वाला करके, so that you remember how many have you approached. अब वो बाद में वर्क करा नहीं इतना क्योंकि सबके पसीने आ रहे थे, फिर वो पेन चलना बंद हो गया था.
We literally पेन था मेरे मतलब इतना, I was like 100 करना है मेरे को, and we did 100. Yeah,
we must have done more than that because the thing is, once we got started, like we went to the beach and scattered and talk.
Like you get into such an intense meditative state. I want to use the word meditative because you literally are at one.
Yeah.
At that point, there is no you. It's just you. You're continuously like talking to endless streams of people, and you're like, this is me, this is me, this is me, this is me, this is me. Boom, 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 boom. And you get into a very intense flow state.
Yeah.
We were having dinner, and there was like these two beautiful like Thai girls who were walking there.
Ran out.
They're running, and at this point he didn't even need to tell us ki go.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a dude like Rohan, chal.
So ran out. So we were eating. They were walking outside. Left from the restaurant, ran out, spoke to them.
Literally
वापस नहीं आए.
Enchilada पड़ा है हमारे आगे.
Enchilada नहीं. बहुत बुरा था.
वाहियात खाना.
वाहियात था वो.
We're like, let's go. Like, excuse me. She's like, hey. They're like very amazing Thai women. Like one was called Honey. Her name was Honey, literally.
और फिर कभी से 1-2 घंटे के लिए गायब.
And हम एम है और 1-2 घंटे के लिए गायब. उसके बाद we came back to the party. उधर हमने 100 times किया each, like पूरा इधर तक हमने वो कर 10 times we cut 100 sets.
ठीक है, okay, perfect. So that's first day. So first day was generally like to set the rhythm. That was the time जब मैं तुम्हें डांस करना सिखा रहा था ऐसे करके. I teach Kavish how to like spin a girl, dipper and everything.
Shoulders are so stiff because
गिरा दी बंदी, तूने गिरा दी थी ना मैंने.
अरे हाँ यार, first time in a nightclub, like he showed me the step कि ऐसे करना है.
Yeah, master move.
It's a master move. So I met this girl. I like tap. I spin her around. She's like super into me. Like she's having so much fun. I'm like, you know what? Now's the time to bust out the master move.
Master move.
I do the master move. मैंने गिरा दी बंदी. She's like, no, get out. She's from Indonesia. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My master move fail हो गया. She's like, get out. I'm like, मैं नहीं करूँगा फिर. Fuck that.
कविश डांस भी ऐसे करता है. कविश को ना बीट भी नहीं समझ आती. ऐसे नाच रहा होता है. जैसे ऐसे बीट है ना. कविश भी.
I'm a terrible dancer by the way.
बीट कहीं और ही चल रही है.
वो फिक्स किया है.
वो फिक्स किया हमने लिटरली. कविश ऐसे करेंगे. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. लिटरली ऐसे कर करके मैंने फिक्स किया है. मतलब बीट ही नहीं समझ. इमेजिन समवन जो म्यूजिक में है उसको बीट नहीं समझ आती है.
I think like the one thing, my overarching experience is you gotta have confidence in yourself. I got rejected so much in that boot camp, but every time I bounced back.
Yeah.
And I was
tell me about the. Sorry, continue. Sorry.
And I was having even more fun than the last time.
Yeah.
And that kind of worked out. It's always the sets, like it's always those conversations which you don't think will go anywhere, which end up going somewhere at the end of the day.
Right. Tell me about that conversation. You remember we met these two German girls who were taller than me, and they were really cute. So,
okay. So by this time, I was fully in the flow. I was like in gangster mode at this time. You know, I was
some day in immersion. Now we don't know what day it was.
I think it was towards the end.
Third or fourth day. No.
This was towards the end.
Fourth, fifth day के आसपास.
ठीक है, fourth, fifth day के आसपास. And like so this was like around the end of immersion, and we were all having like such a good time. Like there was an amazing party on the beach going on, and we were like literally like boom, boom, hi, yeah.
It was amazing.
Giving high fives everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think a big click happened in the middle of the bootcamp. He's like, now's the time to like just let go and get out of my own way. I don't even need to like push things forward at this point. They'll happen on their own. And he was totally right. So they're like these two like German.
Explain what that means. Get out of your own way for people.
Get out of your own way. So at this point, what was happening was I was still like pushing myself to do approaches and to have fun.
Yeah.
By the second or third day, that process had become automatic to me, where I was literally fun.
Yeah.
I did not. That pushing part was just a redundancy which I needed to let go of.
Yeah.
So an example of this would be like those two German girls.
Yeah. So let's get to that.
So Kshitij was obviously like chilling around, and he was like. He's always there. He's always keeping a watchful eye on what the other guys are doing.
Yeah. Apart from our Sigma mail, जिस पे कोई eye नहीं रख सकता है. There's one time हमारा Sigma mail. We were so we're sharing our location for 8 hours on the group, right? So I know where everyone is if I need to find them out because तुम खो जाते हो. Everyone's here and there, right? So this one time we look at Sigma mail. Where is he? वो literally वो नदी के अंदर था bro उसका location. दिन में एक बार याद है वो नदी में था भाई. I was like Sigma पानी में क्या कर रहा है भाई?
So Sigma mail is this guy.
नहीं chuck it. नहीं don't chuck it. ठीक है Sigma mail पानी में था bro. Anyway, so yeah, let's go back to those two German girls who were absolutely cute. I was like
like
They were the prettiest girls in the club.
They were absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and international standards, let's go by, not just
internationally, and I would have been intimidated by these girls anytime were I not in that immersion in such a state.
Yeah.
And they were like so beautiful. Like the first girl I saw in my bootcamp, which I saw Kshitij dancing with.
Yeah.
10 times. Amazingly beautiful. Like
very cute.
Intimidatingly. And this is just me. Alright, Kshitij is not here at this point to talk about my own like advancement in game. I see like these two Pakistani guys, like they're dancing with the Pakistani guys, but I can kind of sense that you know they're not into them. These Pakistani guys are buying them drinks.
Hat.
They bought them a hat.
Yeah,
they bought them those cute glasses, and I can they're like looking around, and I'm like, you know what? They're looking for me.
Yeah.
And get them. It's me who they're looking for.
Yeah.
I walk up to them. I tap them. I say hi, and they're like hi. And here's the thing. Earlier me would have tried to make it work and force it, but now I kind of realized that getting out of my own way, I just stood there and like danced with them and matched my rhythm. Like naturally I'm just like side by side with them. I'm not trying to make it work. I'm just there, and every 1 or 2 minutes I'm like saying something in her ear. She laughs. And then,
wait, so this is, I mean, when did I enter?
So you enter later, and after that point she introduces herself to me and her friend as well. At that point, I'm like, alright, you know what? I need someone else with me. And the first person, luckily, is Kshitij. I'm like, Kshitij, Baba, come in.
I was looking at those girls only. Alright, I was like, मुझे बात करना है. But I think I was with someone else at that time, and you had approached. And then I mean I was looking, and then you had approached, and I was like, alright, cool, we'll let Kavish do.
And I had approached, and it went awesome. And
and then I came in. And then finally,
both of us like was so good. These Pakistani guys many times tried to come in. They even like danced in the middle of us, but
कुछ नहीं हुआ. And the girls were like, these people bought the drinks and all this stuff.
They bought them drinks. They bought them.
आज तो दिल टूट ही रहे हैं.
They bought them the devil horns जो मैंने पहन लिए.
Light वाले devil horns.
And we like, let's get out of this club यार. इधर क्या करना है हमें?
Yeah, then we go somewhere else. We spent a lot of time.
We spent a lot of time. They were like really cool people यार.
Nah.
चल ठीक है.
I mean they were sweet, they were cute, and everything was there. But then by the end of it, I was really bored. You didn't get bored by the end of it. क्या बोल रहा है?
So by the end of, they were cool and all.
Yeah, they were cool, huh?
They were cool, but they were boring.
Yeah, exactly. You were fucking bored.
They were like not fun.
I can't, bro.
All.
I can't. But cute and stuff.
I kind of at this point I was like, I'll have more fun like literally just going back at the beach and dancing by myself than being with them.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
But they were nice. We stayed in touch for a while, like they were, like on Instagram and everything.
And then beach mein or when we were on that cruise to Koh Samui.
Oh yeah.
From Phanyang, there we met like these two like beautiful Russian ladies. बाद में you met them again later.
बाद में, so while going to Phanyang, we were on the cruise. Cruise नहीं क्या बोलते, ferry.
Mermaid.
Yeah, we were on the ferry, mermaid. I met that girl. I'm like, you look like a mermaid. Are you gonna jump in? Or what did I say? I was like, don't jump in, you'll die. I was like, you're like a mermaid. Are you a mermaid out here? Are you gonna eat people? You're looking for men? Are you gonna spread your Russian babies out here? All right, kidnapping guys.
One of them didn't know English. Like,
Abba dabba chabba. So anyway.
She was actually a Bharatnatyam dancer, but she did not know any English.
Bharatnatyam, some
Indian dancer,
some Indian form. Yeah. So
उसने दिखाई थी फोटो में.
So I'm telling you ना. So what happened was like we were talking to these girls and we go there. फिर वहाँ से जब वापस आए, same ferry में I met them again, and that's when I got one of their Instagrams.
अच्छा.
And then I started talking to them on Instagram, and evening when we made plans, I went to meet her.
Yeah.
And then I mean we came back and then we were partying. We went to my place.
So that one night was a very crazy night.
कौन सी वाली?
When you got them back to your place.
हाँ तो मैं कंप्लीट कर लेते ना पहले, फिर हम नाइट पे जाएंगे ना कभी.
ठीक है.
So anyway, so I met them and then I got back and I was like, so this was again I think 6th day or something, and I was like, मेरा ना सर फट चुका है अब, it's too much. By that time it was just too much for it gotten too much for me. I was like, I need some time off. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna need some time off. So in the evening, like before we begin nighttime stuff, I'm gonna go meet these people. I'm meeting them, and by that time another student was on a date. He had already spent a night with a girl, this amazing girl he had met. She was from Thailand only. He really connected with her, काफी सही था. Ended up losing his virginity. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Sigma male was on another date. You and the other guy were anyway doing your thing, and then I was like, all right, you went for day game during that time, and I was like, I'm gonna go meet this girl, and then I ended up bringing them back to the same hotel, the bar, wherever we were staying, and then spent some time with her, and then came back to join you guys later. Ab tu bata wo epic night teri.
So epic night of mine. That's the very same night you came back to.
Right.
And I think around this time I was like, you know what? I will not smoke. Because I was kind of like, I smoke a bit.
Yeah.
And at that time I was like, मैं सुट्टा नहीं फूकूंगा जब तक मेरे को डेट नहीं मिल जाती ठीक से. I'm having fun, and you know what? I'll give this my all. I will not smoke. It's sapping too much of my energy. So weirdly enough, the earlier morning I get a dream that, you know, everything I want, all the experiences I want, I kind of have that very next day. And that dream actually came true. So what happened is, me and Rohan, after his date, we went out on this day game session on the beach where I'm literally like talking to people. And by the end of it, I'm like, chalo, ab ho gaya, we'll go back. I have like a couple of leads. He's like, dude, we should totally talk to those two girls sitting there. And I'm like, nahi, I don't want to go, man. I'm like, done. I'm like, nahi, chalte hain. So these two American girls, we sat down and we talked. And this girl I'm talking to, she's exactly like me. She's like a huge nerd. She loves TV shows, and we connected so much that at night while I was like clubbing, I invited her over, and she and all her friends like came over to meet me, and we like all dancing and having a good time. Beach mein kya hua? She actually went away.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, ठीक है. Shit like, dude, text her, man. What the fuck?
इसमें sabotage कर रहा था तू बहुत ज़्यादा, because so I'll jump in now.
Yeah.
The thing that was happening was, this wasn't the first girl that you were sabotaging.
Yeah.
The thing was that we'd go out during the day or night, whatever. We meet so many people, and by the end of it, Kavish was like, "हाँ ठीक है, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Alright, that's a good attitude to have. Who gives a fuck about a girl you met if she's acting too cool or whatever? Alright, this girl wasn't even acting cool. Sometimes you don't even feel that someone's acting cool. With the same example of अभी तूने दिया जो हमारा Bangkok वाला example था, that you had tapped the girl, and before she could turn around, you turned around thinking कि rejection हो गया, but वो था नहीं.
Yeah.
So that's what you were thinking, and again it was all like, either it was like, nah dude, I'd rather meet someone better or whatever, who cares? And I was like, Kavish, listen bro, now we're here in fucking Thailand, alright? You're here and you met this girl, fucking go for it, yeah? Like, what are you doing? So multiple times you were sabotaging, alright? They were like, you would have ended up with so many girls at that time, but तू बार-बार sabotage कर रहा था. And this time I was like, Kavish, listen, what the fuck, bro? Like, तू यहाँ आया है सुनने कुछ कि मैं तेरे को बताऊँ, फिर तू जो मैं बता रहा हूँ कर नहीं रहा है. I'm like, bro, text this girl, go fucking meet her. What the fuck are you doing, man?
So I do text her. And
yeah, finally, man, जो pressure मार के गालियाँ दे के.
What the? Where are you going?
Yeah, she's like, where the fuck are you?
Where did you go? Like, I totally want to meet you and be with you. I'm like,
yeah.
So I meet her on the beach, and you know.
Yeah, then you ended up hanging out.
I called this dude, and the room was occupied at the moment.
दो रूम थे ना हमारे पास.
नहीं, वो एक अपना तो था ही, तो अब्बा डब्बा चब्बा करके खोल.
हाँ, so one room में I was with like this other girl, but then we had another room also, ना Sigma वाला.
हाँ, so we like had such a good time. We went to my room together, and funny story. She's like, oh my god, there are so many condoms everywhere.
सही में.
I'm like, अच्छा. Focus. बाथरूम में तूने फेंका हुआ है, एक बेड के नीचे पड़ा. I don't know ये जाएगा या
नहीं, ये चला जाएगा, ये फन है. Anyway, ठीक है. और I mean Thailand है bro, और क्या होना होगा वहाँ पे?
Yeah.
ठीक है. So alright, so you end up with this girl. Or the next day you met her.
I met her again next day in the daytime. After that we did our own thing.
Alright, you hooked up after that, or you hung out with her?
No, we hooked up and then
ठीक है, alright, समझ जाओ.
Yeah.
ठीक है, okay, perfect. So summarizing immersion पूरा हमारा, it was like
epic.
I mean, almost all of us ended up meeting someone apart from just one guy.
Yeah.
Everyone ended up meeting someone. One or more than one people.
It was the most fun I've ever had in my life, which is to say, like, I've had a lot of fun, but the most epic 10 days of my life.
Yeah.
I have never felt that way before.
Yeah, worth it?
Absolutely worth it.
Sahi hai bro.
Worth 3 times as much.
3 times as much. So I think I should price it 3 times already. Anyway. Okay, we won't do that. Just अगला बंदा बोलेगा 10 times. यहाँ पे price 10 times. Anyway, ठीक है, perfect. So immersion happened, everything happened. Now उसके बाद you came back, and I remember talking to you after that because after that I left for Vietnam. And then you came back to Delhi suddenly, and कविश के रंग ही बदल गए भाई.
Dude, Delhi आके like it was such a. It's like you before immersion you go in as one person.
Yeah.
And then you come out and it literally changes you to such a deep level where you literally, if I'm in Delhi, I'm talking to them as if I am having a massive party in Thailand at the beach. And it works to such an extreme level that my dating life literally like shot up. I met so many amazing people and my confidence was like literally through the roof.
Right. So your interactions are going better?
No comparison, bro.
No comparison. Or interactions are better, more numbers, more dates, more ending up with people.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like,
I have these messages
insane.
from you. Of course, I can't say anything, but what are the results like in January? So we're not gonna say that. So you ended up meeting Delhi mein. You ended up meeting 5 new girls in January.
I met a lot, but
Here.
5 I really connected with.
Yeah, 5 you went on dates and stuff, and for thoda wo, and numbers lost count probably 50.
Yeah, probably 50 if not more.
Numbers plus Instagrams in a month.
In a month, yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Fucking crazy.
And the cool thing is, I wasn't even doing it as much as I was before the immersion. I was just going, like, before immersion, I was full time hammering it out.
Yeah.
After immersion, I just went out, like, when I felt like it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was literally like God mode. Like, literally, I can see the matrix. I'm new. This is happening.
Effortless.
Very effortless.
Right. ROI bahut zyada, like with less time getting, and became more like surgical, right? More like, alright, with
it kind of felt like, you know, how an athlete feels when he's like at his peak.
Right.
Like I felt like fucking Roger Federer जब उसको ऐसे आ रही है सब वो he doesn't think about it. That's what was happening with me. I was like, here I am. How are you?
And then still getting so many results. जितना तू मेहनत पहले करता था, उसमें जितना दिमाग लगाता था, effort डालता था, time डालता था, और now everything has gone away. And now it's just effortless and you like winning and
धीरे like each subsequent bootcamp mentorship mein there's one burden I'm letting go of. And it culminated in this immersion at which like point I had no thought process.
It's fucking amazing, bro. Like I've seen you grow past 3 years and it's been fucking epic यार 3 साल से जब से मैंने देखा है.
We've had like an amazing like bootcamp obviously and amazing experiences and over time we've become like very good friends as well. Yeah,
because of course, bro, like I'm immersion पे
starting like from when I first met him at the police station and I'm like क्या है कौन है
chill कर रहे हैं जैसे हमारा घर है वहाँ पे.
Now like you know
सही है
an awesome group.
ठीक है, beautiful. Do you remember any other story? Anything else you want to share यहाँ पे? I think there are enough stories, bro. I don't think I have. अभी याद आ नहीं रहा. But yeah, anyway. More parties and more stuff we keep on doing. Parties होती रहती है हमारी.
Immersion में maybe like that dance battle you had at the club.
Oh yeah, dance battle.
Green Mango.
Sigma ने fuck up कर दिया था. I had this dance battle with the girl who was thinking she's too cool and dancing and stuff.
There was dance battle, then there was a Green Mango. They're like a special phase in the Thailand.
Can't say that. That's just some stuff that you can only experience on an immersion. That's something which cannot go online.
Secret, cannot.
ठीक है, perfect, bro. I think it's good enough. We can end it out here, alright. Perfect, बहुत सही, bro. Kavish.
Thanks a lot, man, for having me.
Alright, perfect. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Kavish, for coming. So you know the inside of someone starting from right in the start, where someone's a complete nerd, not being able to socialize with anybody, not being able to talk to people, not being empathetic and being aggressive with everybody.
Psychopath.
Exactly. Or फिर to a point जहाँ से धीरे progressing and coming and reaching a point where 50 numbers in a month and you can look at his confidence and everything out here. And बहुत सही, bro. बहुत ही amazing है. Again, thank you so much. We'll end this out here. For you guys, the subscribe button, spank it, smash it, demolish it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.